Shalom Aleichem. A good night of Shabbos. Hayom Shishi b'Shabbos, Parshas Tovei. It's Chamisha Asa b'Chei Shalom, Tezvav ELUL, the yom of the Chassidus of Yeshivas Achei Temimim in Lubavitch, in the year Tov Reish Nun Zayin, which means that this year, Tov Shin Pei Gimel, it's 126 years old, Achei Temimim, with its timeless message and responsibility of Nedis Lahoyer. There is the inner and the outer. The inner is that it should be Teira Tmima, whole Teira, Nigla and Ister. Teira Tmima, a Teira with a Tmimas of Amunah Pshuta without questioning Elokus in any way. And Teira Tmima, that it's all very serious, very important. And then the purpose of the Tmimim is to shine light in the world. Nedis Lahar, it's Machon Lichtig in the Welt. There's a very interesting exchange which is printed between the Frierdiker Rebbe and the great Chassid Rebbe Zriel Zelig Slonim. He was a Karev of the Rebbe. He was a relative of the Rebbeim. He was a Einikol of Benucha Rochel, the Rebbe to the Benucha Rochel, one of the Mittler Rebbe's daughters. And he was orphaned. His father passed away. His father was a Slonim. His father passed away young. His mother remarried to a non-Lubavitcher Mishpacha Chashuva. She was acutely aware of how important Lubavitch was to her late husband, to her first husband, so she got on a ship and she brought him to Lubavitch. It was a long trip. When she came to Lubavitch, she was literally hosted by the Rebbitzins, the Rebbe Steiner Sara, the Rebbe Rivka probably was still alive, because she was a kreva, she was a cousin. And she left him in Achei Temimim and he grew up there. He went back to Yisrael when he was ready to get married as an adult. He had a bracha from the Frierdiker Rebbe for a safe journey. He describes in his book how, as they were leaving Odessa, I think, there was shooting. There was mamash shooting. And he said, anybody who's on the ship is safe because I have a bracha from the Rebbe that we're going to get that Yisrael in one piece. And some point in the Mediterranean also, there's some kind of a trouble at sea. And he says, everybody on the ship don't have to worry because I have a bracha from the Frierdiker Rebbe. It was a brand new Rebbe at the time, and we'll all get there in one piece. On Kachav. And he got married. What are you doing to get married? You have to make a panosa. So he bought machines to start some kind of a business. And he wrote the previous Rebbe a letter about his acquisition and his ambition of how he's going to support his family. And the Frierdiker brought him a letter which is printed, it's probably in the Igros Kodesh, but it's certainly in his biography, where the Rebbe writes that you learn Achei Temimim. Achei Temimim has a mandate. And so few of the Talmidim have taken up the mandate. So few of the Talmidim have gotten the message of why Achei Temimim was created, not just to get married and be an El Chayid, but to be a Mashpia, Nedis Lahoyer. So Zelig Slonim sold his machines, and he traveled on behalf of Yiddishkeit. I don't know how he lived. He was just, Chevman was written all over that man. I once heard from a very prominent Lubavitcher Shliach with a Russian accent. He was the first Mader and Shliach, Zelig Slonim. He was in South Africa, he was in Australia, he was in America. I like to tell people that in 1924, and next year is going to be 100 years since then, Tafresh Pei Dalet, and next year's Tafshin Pei Dalet, he was in New York. And the Umiyasid, Agudat Chassidus Chabad of Artzas Sabris, was founded in 1924. The charter was rewritten in the late 30s, I believe, but it was founded in 1924, and the reason it happened because Zelig Slonim came up with the idea. It was his brainchild. And while he was here, they wrote to the Frierdiker Rebbe, who was still living in Russia, maybe even still in Rostov, and the Rebbe approved and gave them his blessing, and they established Agudat Chassidus Chabad of Artzas Sabris. And it tells what kind of visionary he was. But this was what the previous Rebbe wrote to him. You learn in Achei Temimim, you have a mandate of Machon Lichtig in the Welt, Nedis Lahoyer. So this is our little bit of Oyer, Inside Chassidus.org. And Hashem should help us to be Matzliach, to be Makadesh Shem Shamayim, and not be Machal Shem Shamayim, and taking Geborin and Halacha. Hanichas Beis HaMedrash, Oimer, Hayetze Beis HaMedrash, Oimer. There's a special tefillah you say when you go into Beis HaMedrash. There's a special tefillah you say when you leave Beis HaMedrash. It's all about being Makadesh Shem Shamayim, and not Chas V'Shalom Hepech, the from Kiddush Hashem. So we're Nichnas Beis HaMedrash and Yetze Beis HaMedrash over and over and over again, and we hope that it's L'ho'il v'lo l'mo'il.